also increased its schedule for the winter season, which means it has increased its capacity, and it doesn't have adequate crew to operate these flights, which is also leading to these large-scale cancellations. Indigo, remember, operates 2,200 flights, and which is why the scale of the cancellations is so huge. And now what is happening is that the pilot unions are not agreeing with this. They say that this is poor planning on part of Indigo. Indigo already knew that these norms were coming. The norms were introduced in January 2024 and were to be implemented in two phases. So the first phase was implemented on the 1st of July and the second phase was implemented on the 1st of November. So pilot unions are alleging that Indigo had enough time to hire more pilots and to get their rosters and their schedules back on track. So they're saying that this is poor planning on part of Indigo. They could have hired more pilots. They're also going to an extent to say this could be an arm-twisting tactic from the airline, by the airline, to tell the DGCA to relax these norms so that they don't have to hire these many pilots or to hire more crew. For now, Indigo has assured the regulator that it is getting its schedule back on track, and it will, cancel flights to minimize the disruptions for passengers. But looking at the situation, looking at the weather condition, it looks like this situation and this inconvenience for passengers is going to stay for a few more days.
All right, and Madhya, thanks very much for joining in. We will be closely tracking those developments. For now, it's time for a short break. But up next, the Russian President Vladimir Putin will be landing in New Delhi this evening, and Prime Minister Modi will be hosting him at a private dinner at his official residence. We'll get you all the details on that visit when we return.
My Estates brings together design with purpose, development with integrity, and a commitment to creating thoughtful spaces. Join Mayank Ruia as he takes us through how conscious, forward-thinking real estate is transforming the way India experiences space. On My Estates presents Real Estate Reimagined, powered by CNBC TV 18. At this time,
सोच रहा हूँ टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस ले लूं ताकि मेरे बाद फैमिली को पैसों की कमी ना हो। तू भी ले ले।
अबे जल्दी क्या है, बाद में देख लेंगे।
आराम से। अब तक कुणाल को हार्ट अटैक आ गया यार।
पॉलिसी बाजार पर 0 GST के साथ अब 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 400 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
CRIF's latest insights on India's lending landscape came alive as a panel of industry leaders breaks down how the country is borrowing today. From a surge in gold-backed lending to sharper decline in personal credit, explore the trends reshaping home, personal, auto, MSME and digital lending. See where India's lending story is headed next on CRIF Presents How India Lends, at this time only on CNBC TV 18.
Tooth enamel is very important and you need it for life. So enamel is the outer layer of a teeth. Enamel is like a shell. Did you know a lot of what we eat every day has acids that can damage your enamel? Erosion of enamel could lead to multiple dental problems. I recommend using Sensodyne Pronamel daily. With over 20 years of research, Pronamel is formulated to give you 2 times stronger enamel protection. Pronamel, it's pro-enamel.
Trying to invest in today's market is like getting stuck in a traffic jam. Too much noise, too many turns. Everyone's shouting advice, but no one's really guiding. That's why you need a weekly investment GPS. Translate market noise into smart signals with insights from India's most trusted fund managers. Get a deeper market understanding week on week so you can grow your portfolio with clarity.
Bandhan Mutual Fund presents MF Corner.
Welcome back. You're watching Business 360. Now, Russian President Putin will embark on his two-day visit to India today. This is the president's first visit to India since the war with Ukraine began. Now, Putin is expected to land in Delhi at 6:35 p.m. today, and he will have a private dinner with Prime Minister Narendra Modi later this evening. Talks between the two leaders are likely to focus on boosting defense ties and strengthening bilateral trade ties. Now, this visit comes at a time when US President Donald Trump has claimed that India will be significantly reducing its purchases of Russian oil. Parikshit Luthra is standing by with more details on this visit. Parikshit, take us through the Russian president's agenda in here for the next 27 hours.
President Putin will be spending approximately 30 hours in India. Tonight, after landing, he has a private dinner with Prime Minister Modi. Tomorrow, he receives a ceremonial reception at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. He will visit Rajghat and then hold extensive discussions with Prime Minister Modi, and then both leaders will address a press conference. President Putin and Prime Minister Modi will address business leaders. Finally, President Putin meets India's President Draupadi Murmu at Rashtrapati Bhavan before departing from India. We can expect economic cooperation to be a major focus area during this visit. The President is coming with 7 ministers, a large business delegation, 10 intergovernmental agreements, 15 commercial deals are likely to be signed during this visit. Both nations will adopt a joint statement and announce a future economic cooperation program 2030. Ahead of this visit, Russia has promised to increase imports of chemicals, raw materials, textiles, consumer goods and food products as well from India. There will be discussions on an India-Eurasian Economic Union FTA as well, but don't expect to be signed anytime soon. India is going to push for greater exports of pharma, textiles, agriculture products to Russia. Both sides will sign an agreement on migration of Indian skilled workers to Russia. There will be discussions on Eurasian transport framework to boost connectivity. India and Russia will explore increasing connectivity via international north-south transport corridor and the Chennai-Vladivostok corridor as well. There could be an agreement on Arctic shipbuilding. Tech, space and nuclear energy sectors will be outlined as major priority areas for the future. Both sides will reaffirm target of $100 billion in bilateral trade by 2030. For context, total bilateral trade was $68.7 billion in FY25. Exports stood at around $4.9 billion, and this included pharma, chemicals, steel, marine products to Russia. India imports $63 billion worth of crude, sunflower oil, fertilizers, coking coal and precious metals when it comes to from Russia. Now, on the defense front, there will be an announcement on ratification of a military logistics pact which will allow